the right skin, and he had the right sight. Y'all just missed it. It says that he had this dark skin, and the word in Hebrew really means it's ruddy. It's the same word that they use to describe Esau. It's like this reddish skin. And I started to think about, okay, God, but you just said, did y'all miss that? Don't look at the outward appearance. You remember that? So then why such a vivid description of how David looked? Because you just told us, don't look at Eliab because he's tall and he's handsome. Don't look at the outer appearance. But then when David comes in, it starts describing how he looked. Here's what I think, that it wasn't about how he looked. It wasn't about the color of his skin so much as the condition of his skin. What are you talking about, Pastor? When David was out in the field, because he was out in the sun, his skin began to develop a certain way. It became conditioned because it was not only an advantage, it was also an adaptation. Because I'm gonna be out here, he developed, watch this, the right kind of skin. Okay, some of y'all missed it. Can I just say this? If you're gonna be the person that God called you to be, you got to develop some tough skin, baby. It was not about the color of his skin, it was about the condition of his skin. And because the next 15 years of his life, Saul was gonna try to kill him. Come on now, some of us, God can't use us to do what he wants because you're too soft. Now listen, I'm not talking about don't have feelings and emotions. I'm sensitive. I'm enlightened. It's 2018, I know. I cry every now and then. But can I just be honest with you? That when God calls you to do something, you can't have thin skin. David had to adapt, and his skin began to change color because he was out in the sun. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't about the color of his skin, it was about his skin was conditioned. He developed tough enough skin to survive all the stuff that his haters was gonna throw at him. And some of us, the reason why God cannot place us in positions of influence is because every time somebody says something to you, it rattles your cage. Every time somebody don't like your post, you get aggravated. Every time somebody don't comment that it's your birthday, you get irritated. Can I just tell you something? If God's gonna anoint you for a task, you've got to develop some tough skin. Because did you notice that while David stood there and he began to be anointed in the presence of his brothers, nobody applauded. They just watched and let him go right back out in the field. Can I just say this, that when you have tough skin, you are conditioned to understand, watch this, that my life should never be shaped by people's attacks or their applause. I am who God says I am. And I don't